Alright lads, so today we are jumping back into Senkaimon. As of right now, we have 8 days left for Affiliation 1, so on the 23rd of this month, we should get our next set of Senkaimon quests, which of course I'm excited to tackle. But for today's video, we're here to go back to the current available Senkaimon quests and beat all these towers using only resurrectable units. This was inspired by this lad over on Reddit for showing that it is possible, and for today's video, we're here to focus on the Quincy and Stamritter Senkaimon quests. Now, obviously, when it does come to only using resurrectable characters, it does come at the caveat that you might have to have them maxed out to make them work. Depending on the stage and the character, you might be able to get away with only them being 1 out of 5. But just like even recent characters, the expectation going into these harder stages is that you do have level 20 link slots and also level 10 transcendence at the bare minimum. For some of these resurrectable characters, we are going to be using not so much max transcendence, but a lot of the characters we are using are special level 5. And in the case for this Uryu, because it's the first stage and first mission set, I'm not even going to work on his transcendence, but he is level 20 link slots, and we do get to use free accessories and also free links. Now, to be fair, I could save myself time and give him the level 10 spiritual pressure stat. However, I'm just going to go with it as is. And in a way, we're going to mainly rely on the burn effect that you can actually deal on all of his attacks here. So let's push back with the SA1, charge up his SA3. Now, Uryu's SA3 is kind of a unique effect where it does have like a shockwave type of AoE attack that a lot of charge attacks just do not have anymore, or ever had. I think he was the only one for that. Now, for practical use, it's not the greatest, but for stuff like this, right, when you don't have, like, the highest damage output, the Charge Strong Attack 3 is capable of doing some pretty good damage. And I remember this character being, like, the king of epic raid content when he first came out. So, first stage already cleared. We have 2 more to go, and we already have, what, we're 50 seconds in. So, right now, it's looking quite good. Again, we're using the SA3 to our advantage here. Group everyone together with the SA2. And our Soul Bomb, again, it is special level 5, so it will be doing a tad bit more damage. And that's the benefit using these resurrectable characters, is that since I've been playing for, since the start of the game, I was here when all these characters came out. I summoned for them when they came out and also came back. We have 1 more wave to go, but also through these special move trial quests, all the characters themselves are easily, not max transcendable, but, easier to max transcend if you have been playing for a while. Right, 30 seconds to go. Going into the final stage, we should be fine. We should be fine. Because what we're going to do now is summon. That's going to do the burn damage. Let's send him back with the SA2. So when he does decide to use his Soul Bomb, we're just going to dodge out the way. Dodge that too. Did not mean to get that close. And then the SA3 doesn't quite kill. But this SA2 should, right? Even with the burn proc, that's perfectly fine. And characters like this that can inflict burn, poison even, are going to be really clutch for getting through those boss stages a lot faster. So stage 1, mission set 1, Uryu, our first resurrectable character, already sealed, and we did beat it in under 2 minutes. For mission set 2, we are up against Soripers, more so Hollows, but the final boss is a Soriper. Now, to be fair, Bambietta is actually a pretty good character, so I could probably save it for a later stage. We're just going to get her out of the way right now. And the benefit here is that we do have a 2 times range damage bonus, so Bambietta is just now doing more damage. We do have to limit our accessories here, only using 2, but that should be fine as is. So let's see how this does go. What are the damage that we're looking at? Pretty good damage, to be fair, especially when compared to Uryu. Look at that. We've already cleared the first room in just 4 strong attacks. And I kind of forget how good looking visually this character is with the effects. That's why I'm kind of excited for the Vo-standing Bambis whenever they start in Brave Souls. We are about to start getting core 3 characters during the 10th anniversary, right? And we haven't even gotten Vo-standing Bambis just yet. In a way, that's fine, but it is something I'm looking forward to. Let's Soul Bomb. Get that out of the way. Oh! Let's dodge out the way. Luckily, was able to dodge that. Surprisingly, the Soul Bomb didn't kill there, despite us being max transcended. But regardless, Bambietta does the job. 30-second clear time. Stage 1, mission set 2 is completed. And Bambietta is now sealed. So stage 1, mission set 3. Remember, we do have a range attack damage bonus, so we want to continue to use ranged characters. And there aren't that many holo killers, at least when it comes to Quincy characters. So I'm kind of opting in to use characters that have killer against the final boss, that being Ichigo. And in the case for Lige, he's actually a really good character that got quite a respectable upgrade upon resurrecting. And he's also one of the few characters in my box that aren't max transcended for these showcases, right? And I actually really want to max transcend him, I just need to get one more copy. This character, for those that don't know, took way too long to get on my account. Like, I only got him when he resurrected. Keep in mind, though, we only have to use one accessory this time around, so we are using the Quincy badge. And also, I've noticed, since Lige is a power character, we also do have a stacked set of links too. So you'll see here, right, Lige's damage output is very consistent since he does more damage to enemies that are not inflicted by his status omen. And look at this. Stage 1, mission set 3, going to go down super quick. Might as well summon. I don't think it does anything, but the SA2, flash step away. This is why I love giving my characters long strikes, just so I can keep my distance and make sure the boss soul bomb doesn't actually take us down. Speaking of going down, up Ichigo goes down. Still waiting for some type of new Lige, hopefully sometime soon, maybe during the 10th anniversary when we do start Core 3 characters. But stage 1 has now been completed. Besides the first mission set, it was actually relatively easy, but I was using better characters. But we cleared this one in 30 seconds, but now going into stage 2 onwards, this is when it gets a tad bit more difficult. So going into stage 2, mission set 1, quite simple. We can use a character with a full build here. We want to use 3 links, 3 accessories. Now we are up against a power Sniper, that being Yoruichi. She's probably one of the more annoying bosses in this entire quest. But the idea of using Oryu is that, one, I have max transcended him because he's a very good soul trait. But Yoruichi is going to inflict paralysis on her soul bomb. And we also have element reversal. So if the boss wants to soul bomb us, that's fine. It's going to instantly reflect it back. And in a way, this is kind of the fun part about using characters like this. Like, when do you ever consider element reversal as a strategy to beat a Senkaimon quest? Never really, until now, when we're using this character, who was the first character to introduce element reversal. Now, we have a lot of pushback attacks here, so we have to be a tad bit careful where we're aiming our attacks, right? But the SA1, if we can get all the hits in, does do quite well. Oryu definitely does need to probably be max transcended here, to be honest. Maybe not, because we have 2 minutes. I think we're fine. But we are up against a lot of power characters, so any more damage that you can get out of this character, the better. Right, finish up with the SA3. 40 seconds into the quest, and we have 2 stages to go. Not too bad. In all honesty, I could probably just use my sub bomb here, if I really wanted to. And if we were tight on time, I definitely would, but I'm going to save it. Probably should double check if the character has weakened defense, because that also does help. I'm not sure when we're ever going to need to do that, but we very well might need to give our characters weakened defense in the future when it gets a tad more difficult. So going into Yoruichi, we're going to sub him straight away just to get that extra bit of damage. Does it apply weakened defense? Not quite, but Yoruichi used the soul bomb. That's fine with me. Oh, okay, we got too close, unfortunately, but we did reflect the paralysis back to Yoruichi. I unfortunately lost my full stamina because I was way too close. Because Yoruichi does have the after effect of having that vortex, right? Nonetheless, though, damage is still looking good. Oryu taking down Yoruichi for stage 2, mission set 1 in under 2 minutes, but we had plenty of time to. 30 seconds to spare. Moving into stage 2, mission set 2, the enemy's bonus here is enemy attack times 2, so nothing too noteworthy. We're not trying to take any damage anyway. This time around, though, we're moving up from Oryu, now using his dad. My Ryuken also is max transcended. A lot of these characters, to be fair, are max transcended just because they're very good soul traits. So it's kind of cool that I'm getting extra use out of this transcendence from these characters. But we are a power super killer. We have killer against all these enemies here. Max transcended. He got a decent upgrade. We should be fine. So let's see what the damage numbers are looking like. It's decent enough, especially for the 90-second time frame that we do have. Unfortunately, one enemy kind of got away from us, running all about the stage here. Despite there not being much room, he's getting a lot of room out of this map. All right, here we go. SA3 would love to use my SA2 right now, but we're going to save it. Unfortunately, one enemy left over. SA1. Let's go here, SA2. This is where the SA2 can actually be quite good because the enemies themselves, you know, the map itself is quite small. So it does actually trap all the enemies. So I go here, SA3, or SA2 more so. It's an attack we don't see return too often, probably for the best in all honesty, but sometimes it does have its use. Sometimes. Okay, we have 30 seconds to go. 40 seconds more so. One wave, so we have 30 seconds against the final boss, basically. With a soul bomb, and with plenty of strong attacks to go. There we go. All right, here we go. 26 seconds. Let's go up. SA3. Can we soul bomb? Oh, I did a lot of damage. Do we dodge out the way? Yes, we do. We also apply the weakened defense. Can't really get a use out of that SA2 straight away, but we're going to keep our distance. We actually dodged the soul bomb too. And then finishing up with the normal attack string, Yoruichi goes down again, de-transforms her, and stage 2, mission set 2 is cleared once again. Now, stage 2, mission set 3 probably is one of the more difficult ones out there, given the fact that we can only bring one link. So when it comes to using spiritual pressure units, it's not really viable to bring them because their damage output isn't high enough to actually clear in under 1 minute if they don't have any extra recharge. With a 2024 character, a 2025 character, you can get away without using 2 soul traits, right? But that's because their damage output is so high. So what we're going to do now instead is just use a normal attack damage character, where our damage output isn't tied behind cooldowns on our strong attacks. Instead, we can just press one button and deal a lot of damage. Once more, Misaki is max transcended, and we also have the barrier and boost to also keep us protected, and that should hopefully let us clear this stage in under 1 minute. So let's see what the damage numbers are looking like. Let's just use the SA2 to not knock down the enemies. And it looks like one normal attack string is able to take these characters out. So Misaki does seem to be the play here. Unfortunately, took a hit from the barrier. That's fine though. By the time we get into the boss, the barrier is going to wear off. And look at that. We've already cleared the first stage in 20 seconds. That's what we want. We want to clear each room within 20 seconds. Misaki putting in the work as a normal attack damage character, which is maybe getting me more excited for a character like Tokinata, because we know we're going to use him in the no affiliation stage, and he's definitely going to be a key character in beating any stage that wants you to only bring 1 or 0 links. So going into Yoruichi, good damage. Let's just use the summon. Does that do anything? It doesn't. Oh, okay, we somehow dodged that. I was supposed to use my SA2 beforehand. One, to get the boost, but also to keep us protected from the paralysis. Because if we got hit there, the run would have been over. But Misaki is still that character. Using Ryukin beforehand. Now we're using Misaki. Getting a use out of these characters all these years later. 47 seconds cleared. And probably what would be one of the more difficult challenges of the video. But with a character like Misaki, it wasn't hard whatsoever. So at this point in time, we have a good set of characters left over, so this is probably going to be like the final stretch, the home run, the easy home run, when it comes to stage 3, mission set 1, 2, and also 3. Because in this case, we are going up against Arankas, and I'm pretty sure there are 3 Quincy's that were given the spiritual pressure boost upon resurrecting. So in this case, let's just use Candice for stage 3, mission set 1. The next 3 characters we plan to use for stage 3, in all honesty, can probably just be reversed. You can probably use Candice for, you know, stage 3, mission set 3. I'm just using this character right now because why not? Again, similar to Bambietta, I'm excited to see how the Vol standing Bambis are going to look whenever we do get those. Probably late into 2025. It seems like here I do want to have characters left over from seasons as we move into the next season, you know? Because again, we are about to start core 3 characters in during the 10th anniversary. Yo, can I stop getting paralyzed, please? I think we're fine. We have 2 minutes, so yeah, we're good still. But that was annoying. How is a character like Candice getting paralyzed? But yeah, we've seen already, you know, when we started Core 2 characters, we still had characters left over from Core 1. You know, we just got Tres Bestia earlier this year. Sobon did crazy damage there, though, and I got paralyzed again. Oh, man. We're going to have to dodge this. Wait, did I? No, I didn't. Dodge? Okay, we luckily dodged it. I haven't got hit by someone once today. And this is such a botched run, but it's fine. We got our spiritual pressure boost, and there Candice takes down Zapado. I wasn't expecting a character like Candice to not be immune to paralysis there, I'll be honest. But there we go. Stage 3 at mission set 1 cleared in under 2 minutes using a resurrectable Candice. Almost to our next set. Now we're using Bazby. Once more also max transcended. To be fair, not because he's a good link, I just had him max transcended already. We only want to bring 1 accessory this time around, but we do get a 2x strong attack damage buff. So despite the boss being a technique character, with this character Bazby will have attribute disadvantage, we are overall just doing more damage. So honestly, it's fine. Let's go charge up the SA3. And we took a hit. Okay, let's just keep it going. Maybe it's a good example that we can still take a hit and keep the run going, even if we just now lost all our full stamina. I mean, to be fair, it's going to make the run unnecessarily longer than it needs to be, but let's just keep going. The traps, I probably need to destroy them straight away, in all honesty. Like that. SA2 downwards. Use our no attack whenever we can. Again, destroy those traps. We do not want them here. And we have a minute to go, essentially. Charge up the 3. And it's fine if we can't, you know, one-shot the boss. We are applying burn to the enemy. So that'll be just able to do a lot of chip damage, you know. So here we go. He's about to use his soul bomb. Dodge out the way. The long stride coming in clutch. I got paralyzed. Does that ruin it? Oh, we're still up. The HP isn't red in the top left. We got paralyzed again. Ha! So let's try that again once more. Hopefully this time not getting paralyzed. Let's sob them right away. Use our 1. Flash step out the way 2. We're just going to stay ourselves in the corner. Dodge out the way. Lovely. And then SA3 into the 1. Takes down Bazby. And we were able to clean under 1 minute. Just make sure if you were doing something like this, using this character, do not take any damage, because that does ruin it a tad bit. Really likely would have cleared in less than 30 seconds had we not taken any damage. And then last but not least, in all honesty, you can switch around these characters for whatever you want to do. But if for some reason we were bringing a normal attack damage character, we also could do that, because now the additional rule is normal attack damage ×2 and also strong attack damage ×2. We can't bring any accessories, but that does allow us to bring 3 very powerful soul traits, and that will make sure that Grammy is still able to do a lot of damage, get extra stats, but also, most importantly, spam his strong attacks, which is the most important part. And we're also immune to every spasm, so that's going to be really good for the paralysis, which obviously ruined up to previous runs. Now, in all honesty, Grammy's had it quite good in Brave Souls, even though I did make a video like last year saying he deserves a remake. He kind of did, because this character was kind of an inferior version to Candice, but visually, this character still looks great. I do think the new one looks better, but the normal attack string for this character looks really cool. With all the flame, the magma attack, which I don't think we see in the new unit. The new unit did a very good job of incorporating all the attacks that Grammy does into his normal attack, the EX skill, the soul bomb, the SA3. Everything was almost included, I believe, besides the magma attack, unless I'm mistaken. So let's go and use the soul bomb. If we take damage, that's fine. SA3. And again, we are burning too, so that's extra damage too. Unfortunately, did take a hit, but we just need to, I believe, stay above 80%. So what? Oh, hold on. Oh, I just realized I kind of forgot we had to clean under 1 minute. We literally just did it. I was not thinking about the time. But luckily, when you do clear on that 2-minute timer, it does count as 59 seconds. So that was very close. I didn't even realize. I kind of forgot we were going against the clock there. But even then, with that in mind, we were still able to beat it, even though we took damage too. But with that, it now means we've officially beaten the Quincy and RESURRECTED Senkaimon quest only using resurrectable characters. So that's kind of cool, seeing all 9 characters still here all have the red stars. And that's essentially how these Senkaimon towers do work, right? Of course, you aren't required to bring new characters. That's something that a lot of people are saying. Any character that has like a decent damage output over the last 2 years is usable in these stages. And we can even get a use out of resurrectable characters. In some cases, though, because they are lacking on, damage, right? They aren't the newest characters. They came out like 4 or 5 years ago. You might need to work on them, level them up, transcend them. So it's definitely not something everyone's going to do. But you know what? Even if you can get one use out of a resurrectable character, that's always going to be good, because it does clear a slot for a better, newer character. With that said, though, that was the Quincy stage done. Now we're going to move on to the Captain and Squad Zero, so come back to the channel tomorrow.